Hey guys, DucksUnlimited of the Dragonpeas here, and welcome to Season 1 of the MLG, or no, Season 9 of the MLG UHC. Seasons are confusing. It's the first season that we, as the Dragonpeas, were a part of, but it's actually the 9th season to exist. So, let me explain a little bit about what this is. Now, first and foremost, this is going to be the most boring season of this series that you will watch. Here's why. I was a part of it, and I was solo it wasn't explicitly teams. You were allowed to team, but it wasn't explicitly teams. What this meant is that when Action decided to not record my mic for whatever reason, this meant that most of it did not get recorded. So that was a problem for a lot of reasons. The obvious ones being, now we have a bunch of footage with no audio. I'm still uploading it though because it was still a lot of fun, and I'm just going to be doing a lot of editing. So if you notice, this is a lot shorter than a typical UHC video. The timestamps on these are not going to be a good marker of how well I did or whether or not I lasted all the way through, because there's a lot of boring parts, and since my commentary wasn't recorded, it's going to be super boring, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward through those parts. So in other words, this is not going to be a typical UHC at all on my channel. P was also in it, as well as Lux and Venom, but they are not going to be uploading. P was also in it, so I will, in every video, give a link to his channel. Well, okay, you have a link to his channel. I will link to his version of the episode, and so that way you can enjoy it a lot more, because, again, this is just going to have music and be sped up in certain parts. Because, again, my audio didn't record, and I can't control that, but I still want to upload it. So, now I need to explain a couple other things, including the rules. So this was an interesting UHC for a lot of reasons. One of which being, my audio didn't completely not record, it just didn't record my mic. And even though we weren't on teams, this means that you will be hearing voices, because we had Mumble on. For those of you who don't know how Mumble works, basically, how it works in a nutshell is that when synced up with Minecraft properly, everyone in the Minecraft server will be able to hear each other, except there's a distance. The way we set it up is that when you are within 80 blocks of someone, you will start to be able to hear them. But the catch being that the further away they are, the quieter they are. This did a lot of things. First off, it meant teaming was viable, because all you had to do is be close enough to someone and you could talk to them. But it also meant that if you were commentating, which you had to be because you had to record to be a part of this UHC, then everyone who was close enough would be able to hear you. So it made it a lot more intense, a lot scarier, and all around a lot more fun. There were a lot of technical difficulties involved. Lux and Venom died very early on because of the technical difficulties attached to Mumble, which is why I'm going to fast forward the beginning, because it's just a lot of screaming and things, because some people didn't configure it properly. But all in all, I think it added a lot to it, and later on, there will be other people audible, so I'm going to include that part. Other rules that I'm going to quickly explain include that there's no skybasing, the border shortened at roughly a rate of 1 block per every 6 seconds. I don't know how large it was. I never had to deal with that, so that isn't really all that important. Vein miners installed. You start out, people didn't get teleported randomly. Instead, how it works, which you're going to see in a minute, is that we were all on a big platform, and we were all given blindness and invisibility for us to then, with our elytras, fly all the way down and just go as far as we can away, and wherever we land, that's where we start. And it sounds like a terrible idea, but it actually worked out extremely well, for some people at least. And I think that's about all of the important rules I need to list now. There was supposed to be an internal day, that didn't actually happen, and Nether was disabled. It wasn't originally intended to be disabled, and there was going to be rules about portal camping, but it ended up accidentally getting disabled, so that's pretty much all you need to know. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy. Again, it's not your typical UHC because a lot of it's fast-forwarded, but hopefully you'll still be able to enjoy the intense parts, and during most of the intense parts, I wasn't talking anyways. Anyway, enjoy the video.
suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.